Well, I just cannot help but play with my new toy. Anytime I get something new, I can't wait. So this is the same day I brought this home, and we're gonna get a tractor and we are going to hook it up and see, you know, what's what, if anything will turn, what kind of shape it's in. I don't know when it's been used last. He said it sat there for 30 years, but I would bet that maybe the old man used it in that time. Might be wrong, but we're sure gonna give it a try, and so that's what we'll do right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This here is a 352 New Holland mixer, I think. This side shows it, 352. And like I said in the previous video about it, Dad's got a 355, which I think is newer and bigger. His auger, like his unloading auger, is bigger diameter, I think, than this one. This is probably what, a 6-inch auger, and his is probably an 8 or 10 on his, I don't know. But this mill, strangely enough, has a feature that I have never seen on another one, and if you look on the internet, it is very few and far between that you'd see it. It actually has a sheller mounted on it. Now, this seems kind of strange to me, as part of the reason I wanted this was so that I could grind ear corn, and that's what you would typically do, like for cattle, is just grind it cob and all, and you'd use one of these bigger screens like this one here on top. It's got, you know, good sized holes in it, and that's what you would do. This, I guess, if you were going to grind hay for, or not hay, I'm thinking at the same time I'm trying to talk and it's not working. If you're going to grind feed for maybe certain kinds of chickens, maybe, or maybe even hogs, maybe the roughage is too much for it, or they don't need it, in which case you could use this sheller if all you had was ear corn. And I have not got a book. I need to order and buy a book for this thing and figure out, you know, what's what on it. But my understanding is that when you want to use the sheller, and I'm not real sure on how this works, if you tip this up more, it looks to me like he has added on this flighting here. I don't know what the deal is with that, why we've done that. I guess that will become more clear as we try to use it. But anyway, instead of augering into here, you auger it into the sheller. The sheller will shell the corn off the ear, and then if it's my understanding that what it does is it feeds the, let's see, where does it go in? There. It augers the shelled corn up here, or blows it. I don't know how it works exactly. Probably just blows it through there with a blower. Anyway, it sends it up here, puts it into the mill, and then the cobs and shucks or whatever's left comes out here, and it blows it out to the side. And that seems so bizarre to me, because could you imagine running this operation this way? I mean, you would get absolutely covered, and everything around you, the tractor would get covered with the trash that it's blowing out of this sheller unit. So I'm really not sure that they thought that one through. I don't know. Maybe there's some specialty purpose that this serves where that is exactly what you want. But you'll have to leave comments if you guys got one of these, because I have never seen another one in person at all. And just looking on the internet, it doesn't look like there is too awful many of them. And looks to me like this one probably has not been used in a good number of years. I'm betting that the old sheller part don't turn. But anyway, that's interesting. And like I said, I've never seen one, because quite frankly, like I said, if I'm gonna do grind ear corn for cattle, I want the roughage, so I want the whole works. So other than that, that's really the only difference between it and a regular New Holland mill. I'm not sure how much. I would assume that the frame is this much more, but I would have to look at Dad's to tell you that for certain. I'm thinking that this splice piece, is it spliced or is it continuous? I don't know. I'd have to look at it close to see how they made it, but I would assume they added on that much more frame to make that happen. But maybe they didn't. Maybe they just, if you got one without this. Sorry, I'm yawning. Maybe if you got one without the sheller, you just didn't have the sheller on there. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, as previously stated, which I didn't know when I bought it, it has been, in fact, apparently rolled on its side before this guy got it. But I guess it does not affect its function, as this guy was using it in his lifetime. It supposedly has a hole that leaks out a little bit when you use it. And when we did our walk around, I see some places where there are duct tape, so that would kind of indicate to me that that's probably where that is happening. That's interesting. I didn't know it had this, or I brought that sign and tied it on. It's got a sticker too, but this would be probably handier. What else? I mean, we used one of these mills for years, and it works great. Dad's has got a scale on it, and I like that, but it's probably not worth putting a scale on this one. I'm sure you could get, you know, axles with load cells and whatnot and do that, but probably ain't gonna happen for what little bit I need to use it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Winch works there. I'm just looking it over, kind of trying to figure out what I might need to check, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and hook it up and go and see what happens. See what turns and what doesn't turn. I don't know what this is here. That seems like that. Is that a brake or is that a clutch? Like a, I don't know what that is. It might be worth going on the old electronic bay and buying some books about this feller, because I may not know everything, which is very highly possible. Oh, you know what? How this works, I bet you? I bet you slide this hopper thing over somehow, and then that lets it jump in there? Question mark? I don't know. Maybe. Something's going on there with the little pin deal. We'll figure it out. I'm betting that I'm not going to find a book on this sheller attachment, but that is neither here nor there. Right now, our big deal is going to be tractor. And I thought, 880. We have not used the 880 for nothing. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to use it for this. However, after my little mini tractor show, some of the stuff did not get put away, and this is one of them. My poor planter has still been sitting out. And, oh, I see that my tires are flat and the valve stem is gone on that one. But I'm going to pretend that that's okay. I'm going to air up this tire and we're just going to roll with it. Because what else could possibly, you know, it's fine. That's what I'm saying. That tire might be junk. I see a cut in it anyway. So, this tire's junk. So, maybe one of our next videos will be putting tires on the 880. Because I want to be able to use it. I don't want that carburetor to set up again like it did before and I couldn't get it going. Hopefully, it doesn't roll away. Hopefully, it still has gas in it. Hopefully, it will still start. I have not done anything with it for a good while. Not by choice, I just haven't had time. I had it running pretty sweet. Let's see if it'll run. Or not. Sweet. Don't die. What's your problem? It's probably out of gas. It needs to run. It hasn't been run at all. Since I fought and fought to get it running, then I've never used it. When you could just do it halfway. Giddy up 880. Oh, no. Come on. I forgot that this one had the power traction hitch. I don't think that's going to make it very handy for PTO work. That's going to be right in the way the whole time. Find something to tie that up with. Oh, well, I'll have to go get that piece of wire he had. That would probably do that. Oh. Okie-doke. Why do it appropriately when you could just cobble it together? What are the chances that this PTO is going to actually do PTO things? Well, better than I thought. Yeah, okay, well, you don't want to go on there, fine. Let's just try it anyway. Okay, that's just the gearbox. Does this shut this auger off? Sweet! Ours did not have that, and I always hated it. That's awesome. This whole works would be turning all the time, and you had to clutch it like this. Somebody's done used their brain here and made something else, or I don't know. Set that off. I like that feature. What's all turning? Main gearbox. This is the unloader. Is it? That just engaged the up auger. or not. Oh, there we go. Sure, auger it all over the tractor. Different than ours. Okay, I get it. That's kind of neat. Ours is like a roller chain. Oh. That's probably why. Okay. Let's shut that off. Okay. Now I gotta go around. Now, let's go turn on the hammer mill and see what happens. Should we look at the hammer mill first before we... I'm amazed that came loose. How's our mill look here? Actually, pretty good. Looks like maybe they turned it once, maybe twice, 3 times. A lady. Now, I would guess that time looks like they hit stuff with it. I'm guessing that it's on its about 3rd turn rotation, because you can turn these knives 4 times. And it looks like the set I'm on now is pretty square, and I got one side that hasn't been used at all. So that's pretty good for a mill of this age. Let's put this on. This is a little different. Dad's is over center locks all the time on everything. I'm kind of liking this little mill. Let's see here. This should be just a spring pin. And you should be able to just quarter turn it in. Okay, at one time, this was a spring pin and you could just quarter turn it in. I ain't getting no spring action. There. Okay. Now, if we go gently, it should pop right in there. If it's not in there already, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't think it's running yet. Try again. I don't think the pin popped in the flywheel. Okay. Did it? That can't be that. That can't be that quiet, can it? No way. That can't be. Let's try it again. Maybe that, no, that wouldn't make sense either. I was gonna say maybe it wouldn't go unless this is engaged. I don't know. Let's see. There we go. Now you can hear it turning. Okay, that's sweet. That is actually very quiet little hammer mill compared to some of them I've heard. Now, can I get this disengaged? Go back to mixing mode. Now, see, all that does is disengage this, these two pieces. This flywheel, or this belt pulley from the drive shaft, which is in the center. Hard to explain, but that pin goes all the way through and goes into this back plate, which is actually connected to the shaft. So, yeah. Now, should we push our luck and try the old corn sheller? I don't think it's gonna go. I think a pipe wrench maybe and some penetrating oil would be the first step. Let me go get that stuff and we'll see if we can't make it move, just so I can say that I've seen it run. Alright, this is the part of the operation where I wish I had quit sooner probably, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're just gonna hose it all down. I know you guys say I don't use enough penetrating oil, so good, there it is. It's going on. Nice thick coat. Good. I bet this has never turned in its life. I bet it turned a dozen times. That's pretty darn tight. Well, we know this side's not hooked or tight, so let's go to the other side. But that ain't gonna turn like that. I'd say our trouble lies under this here cover. What's under that hair cover? A belt? A bearing down there? I'm going to, let's see, there's a bearing there. I'm going to see if I can reach over and look and see if what's turning on this side. You can't see anything. Can I do it? Well, see, okay, the top one is turning. The bottom one is jumping, but I feel like our bottom problem. Belt is our bottom auger, whatever's in there. It might just be that our belt is stuck in the groove. Let's just go for broke, huh? Let's see if we can't get this. This isn't gonna work. It's gonna break something. I can guarantee you. Come on. Now the old tractor don't like that one. Killed it at an idle. Come on. Give it more throttle. Come on. Come on. That thing shooting cobs and pieces out the side. Good grief, it ain't even turning that bottom auger. That belt's broke. Okay, enough of that. So what we got to do is, yeah, good, that's off. Shut off a minute, tractor. So what we're gonna have to do if we want to see how that goes is probably take this all loose. I would assume I just broke this belt, or did I just loosen it? Well, that's odd because I don't know. I think I roasted it. And then when it got out of its shape, maybe that idler's locked up. The belt's just too loose, because it looks like that bottom thing is moving now. That or no, it's not. I see. The fan is on the back. This is not. So that's gonna have to be figured out. It might be no-go from now on. Yeah, it's an auger down in there. I don't know, we'll take that apart and mess with it sometime. But overall, I'm pretty happy. The old mill, all the functions seem to work. It definitely needs some love. I mean, it needs a good greasing, cleaning, rust elimination. Like the wheels probably need taken off, and new bearings at this point, and it could use new tires, and it could use a lot of stuff. But if it's never going to leave home, it's really not as big of a issue. I thought, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna say, I thought one half of that folded out of the way. Dad's does anyway. But I like it overall. I think we got us something. Dare we crawl up there, our fatness, and see what it looks like inside? He said it looked clean. That cleaned that right out. Let's see if Fat Boy can hop up there. Oh, it's not even I was thinking it was a hinge door, but it's not. It looks pretty good in there, don't it? Once the dust settles. Let's set you where I don't have to. That's the thing about these. They got a lot of dust in them. So you got to kind of deal with that. Get rid of that. We don't need dirt in there. That's not really that bad for considering that probably's never been greased. Yeah. I wish the dust had settled down so you could see what it looked like in there, but that's what one of these looks like inside. Just got an auger, and what it does is it keeps like pulling the bottom to the top, and that's how it mixes. And then I think it's got little agitator paddles at the bottom there, you see, just to help stir it. But it keeps like overflowing itself, and that's how it mixes it all together. But it's pretty darn good. I mean, other than that dent, which doesn't amount to nothing as far as function goes. Now, if I can get down without falling and dying, that would be great too. Okay, well, I have to say, friends, I like this little thing. I actually like some of its features better than the features on the later one. I see what he's done there. Okay. Yeah. I'll probably clean it up and, you know, make it a little more better here and there as time goes on, but it ain't gonna be a big thing. Some of the later ones, like Dad's, had the option of being hydraulically driven, and I like those mills a lot better because you could shut on and off a lot more stuff than you could on some of these others. What I mean is farther back from like the source of the power, so you didn't have extra shafts and stuff turning all the time, like, you know. And this, I'm pretty sure on Dad's, it might be similar to this too, but I don't know. I think I'm thinking of this. On his, I don't know why that is, but you can't shut this shaft off. It's always spinning, and then it clutches it like here at the end, or the head end, like something like this. But this whole works is spinning the whole time, and that's always so foolish to me. Like you're just wasting energy and you're wearing stuff out for no reason. Because when you're mixing, you don't need this, you don't need the hammer mill, you just need the tub. So anyway, I'm happy we got almost every function out of it. We just got to get this bottom auger freed up in case we'd ever want to try that. Not saying we will, but I sure would like to try it just to see it go. I don't know if it, I don't know. I bet you slide that back maybe so you can see in there. I don't know how it works. How does it work, friends? Well, what it needs is it needs a thorough lubing. I'll probably just go around right now and spray everything I think that needs to turn with a lot of this stuff, because you guys like it and you say I don't use enough of it, so I'm just gonna let her eat. Spray everything I can think of, just let it all have it. Belts, who cares, you know? It's better, you said, if it has stuff on it. So we're gonna do shaft. Yeah, let's grease your shaft. Yeah, okay, sure. All that stuff. Look at that. A pivot point without lubrication. Oh, yeah, see? Looks good to me. I'm pretty pumped. So what would you guess a guy like me, being a cheapo, would give for something like this, you know? You think I'd give $1,000 for it? You'd be wrong if you guessed that. What do you think I'd give for it? Leave it in the comments. What do you think I'd give for it? And I might just tell you next time, because I'm telling you, I think it's a screaming deal. Especially since everything works. Even though it's been rolled over, I'm still saying we got something here. So yeah, we'll have to find a place to put this over the winter. I might see if I can talk old uncle into letting me put it in his building with my engine trailer. Be really nice if I could just take a tractor and leave it hooked to it and go pull it over there and put it in there, but we'll see. If not, it may be something that I decide I like to use over the winter, you know, every so often, so I may want to just leave it here. I don't know, but we'll figure that out right soon, because it needs to be in the shed. I mean, it has been in a shed that he had. You saw what it looked like. Wasn't a spectacular shed, but it did keep it dry. Otherwise it wouldn't be like it is now. So yeah, we're gonna have another day of probably just cleaning it up and lubing and different stuff. However, that is not going to be today, because we got other fish to fry, friends. We got a lot of work to do around here, specifically on customer stuff. And then we got harvesting to do, and you know, we ain't got time to play with stuff. It'd be real handy to use this. Actually, it would be handy to use this, because I still got a little corn in the bin I could grind to play with it. So we might grease her up just enough so that we can try that out and see how she does with a little corn grinding action. But yeah, we'll just have to see if I get time for that. I gotta clean the bin out, so that's gotta happen. I thought Dad was gonna come do the rest of it, but he kind of jumped ship on that, I guess, because I haven't seen him back. That's why my auger's been sticking out there forever. He said we needed that, so probably put that away and just get the short auger out and see about grinding some corn. Well, friends, as always, if you enjoy these videos, give them a thumbs up and leave a comment. Tell me you love it, tell me you hate it, tell me you hate me. That's fine, most people do. And anything you say, believe it or not, helps us out, because of the magical mathematic algorithm thing that nobody understands how it works. So please do that if you have a minute. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.